What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie Important's movie review of Climax, the newest film from director Gaspar Noe, and stars Sofia Boutella and a bunch of other actors who I've never heard of because they're apparently part of a dance troupe. And so this movie's about, of course, a dance group who is being interviewed, and then they go and they are training for this, show that they're going to do, and they're on their last night, so they throw an after party and they end up drinking this sangria, which they think is spiked, and everything starts going haywire. And this movie is okay. So Gaspar Noe is a director, kind of like Lars von Trier, where he's known for pushing the boundaries of taboo subjects and being evocative and sexual in nature, and the violence is crazy, and it's just they're willing to go there where a lot of directors and actors and so on and so forth are not willing to go. If you've ever seen Love, or if you ever seen Irreversible or Into the Void, you know what Gaspar Noe is doing because he is willing to push that boundary. And this movie is no different. We have these group of people, like I said, that are, dealing with the end of a thing, the end of rehearsals, and their drink gets spiked, and then everything starts going out of control, and everything just like they start tripping, and things just start getting really uncomfortable and really disturbing and really dark and really just insane. And this movie is very tame for a Gaspar Noé movie because his other movies are such explicit forms of film, like Lars von Trier, that this movie was able to release in the theaters with not much fanfare or not much problems because, Love was a very explicit movie that had a lot of, very sexual, unsimulated moments in it, which is just uncomfortable as it is. But this movie just goes there. Once they start tripping on the stuff that they're drinking, there is some things in here that will disturb even the normal person. I was starting to get like really uneasy, and that's what he's going for in this type of movie. And you start seeing people do things that they would not normally do. You start seeing their inner workings, their inner brains, start playing out. And it just you start seeing how these people are, because they're different nationalities, they're different, sexual orientations, different ways they think, different ways, they act. And it starts to show as things start to come to a fold. And this movie has like some really interesting uncut takes where like the first 15 minutes of this movie is just them dancing and them having a good time. And then, the things start happening where they just start talking to each other as they're starting to drink this drink. And that starts to be like really interesting, but it's really uncomfortable about what the subject matter they're talking about. And then when things start just getting out of control, the camera movements start getting really interesting, and he's doing weird things like turning the camera upside down, and colors start going out of control. The reds and the greens and the blues, they just get really fascinating and really dark and just very uncomfortable watching. And then this movie's set around a lot of different music, a lot of different club style music that they're dancing to, and that starts getting really odd and really interesting and really just like uncomfortable to watch and just uncomfortable to listen to. And that's the whole point of you're supposed to be in these characters' heads, and you're supposed to be in the space of like you're in the form of you're tripping as well. You're tripping off whatever drug is in this sangria and it's an interesting movie. It's not going to be for everyone, especially for if you can't deal with uncomfortableness, because Gaspar Noé doesn't care about, the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the upbeat type of genres. He wants to explicit something of your emotions and of your feelings, and he wants to test your patience because that's what he does. He comes from France, and France is very known for their being evocative and being, really just out there. And it's an interesting movie. It's not the most coherent a lot of times, but what he's experimenting with in this movie is really fascinating. What he's willing to let the crew do is really fascinating because this movie really had no script. From what I read, it was shot over 15 days. It was, long shoot, long hours. Like I said, a lot of long takes. There's scenes where it just goes on and on and on, especially with the dance sequences. And when we get to the end, when everything it comes to a fold, there's just long, weird, hellish, like, because this is a horror film. It's a straight up horror film as it goes along, but it gets very hellish in its landscape and all that good stuff. But it's a fascinating movie. There's a lot to go into this movie. Interesting. Sofia Boutella is pretty amazing in this movie when she starts just going insane. There's like some amazing actors in this movie and amazing actresses. And the dance stuff is really fascinating. Like I said, the first 15 minutes are really interesting. And the way the credit sequences are played out was really interesting because it's not like anything you've ever seen. But you have to realize that this is Gaspar Noe, and he is not going to be your friend. He's there to explicit emotion and some kind of feeling in your deepness, darkness of your soul. So it's a fascinating movie, and it's definitely one that if you like those types of movies like Lars von Trier, definitely go see it. So, and the music's all really good. It's like they're different takes of different, famous songs. But anyways, that's my take on Climax. Titles all over the place, whatever. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like what you see, remember to rate, subscribe, check out the YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. Email nlapolo113@gmail.com if you have any questions. So, this is a really hard one to comment below because it's not a movie that everybody's going to see. But tell me what you think about just in general movie making. Do you like to be made uncomfortable? Do you not? Do you like these types of films? Do you not? That type of thing. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.